Let me just jump in real quick and say that I did have frosted tips. I didn't want that to go without saying it. I had frosted tips. And
How am I not surprised that you did have frosted tips?
I mean, I was a frosted tip guy. Welcome back, everyone, to the Hot Mix. I'm Anthony.
And I'm Maurice.
And we're going to be bringing you everything hot in the materials testing industry. And today we have a special for you. We are bringing in Chris Bacchi from Trimat Materials Testing to give us an overview on SuperPave. So everybody, welcome in Chris Bacchi.
Yeah. Come in. Chris, make yourself at home there. We got some coffee for you.
Thank you, guys.
Put on the headset.
I really appreciate that ovation. That was
You got it, buddy.
very exciting.
No problem. So just a little background on Chris here. Chris graduated from West Virginia University, and then he went on to, shout out Martineers, yes, and then went on to NC State University where he got his master's in civil engineering. Then he was a PE in 2001, and then an asphalt state design engineer in with NCDOT. And now Chris is the vice president of Trimat Materials Testing here in North Carolina. So again, welcome to the show, Chris.
Thank you.
We're glad to have you here. And I guess, like Anthony said, we're going to talk a little bit about SuperPave, right?
Let's do it. I think the intro before we get into actual SuperPave is let's just talk about why you chose asphalt. I know it's a flashy, exciting, very, very dynamic industry. So I know that. But other than those things, why did you get into asphalt?
I just did it for the fame and money.
Yes, that's why we all did it.
We're all
make a lot of money out here.
Paper chasing.
But no, I mean, I guess I kind of ended up in it. Basically, I was looking for a job, and this one came up. And I took it, and I like the lab aspect of it. I like working with my hands, and so it came about, and I took it.
So what level tech did you get to? Because we have different level technicians in the lab, right?
Levels to this game.
So were you like
a technician?
Oh, were you?
I started as an engineer.
Engineer. Oh, you went straight in. You're the boss.
To the intro you just did.
The boss. Sorry.
I started as asphalt design. I was assistant asphalt design engineer, and then I became the state.
So there were
engineer.
There were levels, but
I wasn't a technician.
Yeah, no, he flew past that.
Shot across the bow.
Yeah, he took offense.
You took it like right on the chin and rebounded.
But that's okay.
That's the way to do it.
I really wanted to be a salesman.
Oh, really? Well, you come to the right place.
Luckily enough, you become a salesman. Maybe you get a podcast.
Maybe I would.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you get to have cool engineers on to talk about asphalt. You know, you don't realize what you got going on.
I know.
It's fun about it.
Yeah, this is my dream right here.
Yeah, interviewed by two salespeople.
All right, Chris. Well, I'm going to pass it over to Maurice. I know that he had a quick question for you.
Yeah, so I guess we wanted to know a little bit about the beginning of SuperPave and why it came about. But let's explain to people who might not know or maybe haven't heard it before. What is SuperPave? What does it mean? How do we get into it?
It was part of the research program way back in the 90s with Sharp. It was all over the country. And what they were trying to do is eliminate some of these. Marshall mixes had a tendency to be a little bit tender and rutted a lot and didn't last very long. So they wanted to work on the ingredients and make them a little bit better, I guess, for lack of a better word. So the program looked at asphalt binder testing, and it looked at aggregate testing, and it looked at some new lab testing. And there was also performance testing. And what came out of it was, our PG grading system, which we use now, which is all those advanced chemical tests that we do. The aggregate grading system we used, got rid of the old kind of crappy sands we used to use. And then we started with the gyratory compactor, and
Nobody likes crappy sand, man. I'm sorry,
nobody does.
Just wanted to throw that in there because I think it's important.
But we're still working on performance testing aspect of it. But that's pretty much where it started in a nutshell.
All right. So when was it? So you're working at NCDOT, right?
Yeah.
And when was the first time you heard about Super? Like, do you remember what happened? You heard SuperPave, and they're like,
pretty much first got there in the late 90s. Everyone was talking about it, and I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. But then I kind of got introduced, and I was put in charge, I guess. Not really in charge, but I was kind of tasked with implementing it in the state.
Okay.
And we started it, and that was where I first heard about it. Yeah.
So you're sitting there listening to NSYNC. Little bye. Frosted tips, or maybe not frosted tips, but you're listening there, and they're
Joke on the ball guy.
so then they tell you, hey, we got this new methodology for asphalt design.
Yeah.
We're gonna learn all about it, and then you took it from there to what point at NCDOT?
Well, I think let me just jump in real quick and say that I did have frosted tips. I didn't want that to go without saying it. I had frosted tips. And
How am I not surprised that you did have frosted tips?
I mean, I was a frosted tip guy.
Were you curly as well, or no? Not
I
curly.
have a curl.
Little curl.
If I had frosted
Yeah.
tips now, they'd start like in the back of my head. But frosted tips are frosted tips. Sorry about that.
That's okay. I needed to think about that for a second. So anyway, yeah, my time there, we kind of implemented it, and by the time I left, we had pretty much phased out Marshall, and
Yeah.
we were going full steam ahead with the SuperPave as far as the mix designs and everything like that. Except we did not have a performance test. Except we used the rut tester a little bit. That was
Okay. Gotcha.
Well, from everything that I know about you in the industry, you're very well respected. So I just,
that's news to me.
well,
I know that.
Yeah, you're probably the last person to hear.
it's a good thing if you don't know that you're well. You don't want to be going around telling everybody you're well respected.
Yeah, you're humble too.
That's
That's
very.
why I'm here today, right?
You are, and I know you didn't want me to ask this question, but I think it's important. What is your kind of favorite part? I mean, you said before you like being in the lab, you like getting your hands dirty, but other than that, you just like being a part of the greater picture. Is that why you kind of like being in this industry? Being able to formulate and
In
create
this
things?
industry? Why I'm in this industry or in asphalt?
Just
I'm in everything.
what's your favorite part of materials testing? Why do you like it so much now? I mean,
I guess I like to see things be built. I've always liked to build things when I was a kid. And
Big Lego guy? Were you a big Lego? I could see you playing with Legos.
Oh yeah, I always
Yeah.
had it. I'm still playing.
I'm back into Legos, believe it or not.
full of Lego.
ah, man.
No, I'm joking. I know those things are too expensive.
Okay. You're not a Lego guy.
And I was when I was a kid, but
I got you. Okay.
yeah, I like construction. I like being involved with seeing things getting done and driving down the road and saying,
Yeah.
I know how they did that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I tested on that project. Oh, I did a mix design for that
Yeah.
job.
That's awesome.
I feel kind of good.
That is good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And you're
kinda what
you're
it's about.
part of one of the largest construction projects here in the Triangle, Raleigh area, with the construction of our highway system 540, right? You're a big part of on that testing after and
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But that's a lot of concrete.
Even if
But
you
we
were
did
to
that.
say you weren't.
oh yeah, don't say the C word.
We did the Triangle Expressway. We had technicians on site.
Yeah.
Things like that. We also did warranty work and of course the laser profiling, which I do.
Yeah, awesome.
To just kind of end things up here, where do you think SuperPave balance mix design materials testing is headed?
I think it's going to be like a hybrid of both of those two things you just said. It's going to be SuperPave and then it's going to be balance mix design once we figure out how to get a test that everybody can do and everybody agrees with works. Everybody comes up with these little ideas.
Right.
They've got their rut testing. They've got their ideal CT. And I don't think anybody has a consensus on what works yet. So right now, I think it's just going to go the way it is until we come up with a test that everybody wants to.
Yeah, but there's some that are definitely leading the way, right? Like the Hamburg, the Ideal CT.
And the-
I mean, there's a ton of them, right? I know I counted like 10 or 12 different cracking tests that they can do. But some of them are definitely attractive because they're easy to do, quick to perform. You get good data, and it does help you kind of, figure out which is a mix that's definitely not going to work and maybe a mix that'll hold up a little bit better.
Yeah, we just need a lot of field trials and a lot of experience in the field. And, we're getting at it like the test track and things like that.
Yeah.
So,
Would you say how much have you said? Would you say roads have improved over the years? Like when you started, they were a 5-year life cycle. Now, do you see like 8, 10, 12? Have you seen those type of
Are
improvements?
roads aging like you? Nice. You just keep on,
I really don't know because what happened is if you look at North Carolina, the roads might be better, but the traffic is getting so bad.
Yeah.
It's hard to keep track.
Oh, true.
It's like they may be getting better, but the traffic is increasing by so much that it's destroying the roads quicker.
Right.
So it's hard to say here. I
Trying to keep
don't
up.
have a good answer to that one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I probably should, but I don't.
Yeah. That's all right.
I think that's what we want.
We want the real.
We want the real because we keep it real. We keep it hot.
Yeah.
So well, thank you so much for everybody tuning in.
Yeah.
Special thank you to Chris.
Yes. Thanks, Chris.
Matt.
By the way, you can keep that cup. That's part of your parting gift there.
Yeah.
So.
What about the check you guys told me?
Yeah.
No, there's no check. I'm sorry. This is all.
Yeah, it's okay.
This is all on you. But the cup is yours. You can keep that. Take that back with you.
You said earlier, you got into this for the money. You got plenty of it.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So you're good.
There were no incentives. He came on here because he wanted to be here and shed some light on this industry and how great it is. So
Yeah.
thank
No,
you
we really appreciate it.
for
Yeah.
tuning in.
Thank you.
Thank you again for being here, Chris. We really appreciate it. The more important part of all this, though, is to keep it hot.
Keep it real.
Keep it real hot.